Hey, welcome back to another episode of Maintenance with Mike. So, did you ever wonder what these green lids are on your yard? Well, that's your septic system. Now, the middle tank, in my case, so the first tank is the one that they come and pump out of. That's a huge tank, it goes quite a ways over there. This middle one is where the filter is. Now, if you don't feel comfortable doing this, you can wait until somebody comes and pumps out your tanks, and you can ask them where the filter is and get them to show you where the filter is so you can do it yourself. In my opinion, it should be done every year. I do it in the fall every year. I'll show you how to take this lid off, take the filter out, clean it. These tanks are generally in close proximity of the house. So our main line comes out right beside the heat pump there and basically beelines to here to the tank. This is the filter of the fluid that overflows the tank and goes through the filter. This last lid here is what's called a flout, and it's a big bucket on a sort of a gimbal, and the bucket fills and fills and fills and fills with fluids. Once it gets to the top, it dumps, and when it dumps, it floods the field. This is designed, I guess, so that it doesn't overburden the field with a bunch of fluid constantly, because the bucket has to fill first, which could take a few days in our case with probably just Michelle and I. So anyway, recap here. Generally, it's the middle tank, or the second one from the house is where the filter is. The first one is the pump out chamber. This would be where the filter is. So let's pull this cover off. For obvious reasons, I'm not going to move the camera or touch anything that I don't have to while I'm doing this. So I've got the hose set up here. I've got my cordless drill. I've got a bucket of bleach water and stuff and some towels. We're gonna wipe all this stuff down once we're done with it. I'm gonna put some rubber gloves on. I've got some eye protection on as well. So let's pull this lid off here. Okay, so let's start pulling this off here. It's just a bunch of screws all the way around the outside. You don't want to lose these screws. These are stainless screws, so if you drop them, they're not magnetic, so they're not coming back. So that's it's a bit stinky. So you can see now, inside here, make sure my microphone is still clipped on. This piece here, it's like a white pipe. This pulls straight up. That is your filter. So there you have it. You pull that out. What we're going to do is we're going to go over here. We're going to get the hose and come over here. And I'm going to spray this down, and I'm going to spray that lid off in that. And then we're going to put this back in. So what I like to do is sort of this area over here now, we'll call this is our, I like to wipe this across the grass because it's sometimes really hard to clean. And if you do this, it helps a little bit. And you know, this will wash away in the next rain sort of thing, right? So make sure the tools are out of the way. Let's grab the hose. So it's not, I mean, yeah, it's a little stinky, but it's not too bad. We're just going to spray all this stuff off here. So the filter's clean. If you do it every year, as you can see there, it's pretty quick how quickly that comes clean. But if you don't do it every year, I've definitely seen them where they haven't been done every year and how much harder it is. So you basically have to scrape the stuff off. which is no fun at all. So we're just going to spray all the fins, get it all nice and rinsed out here. And we're going to put it back together for another year. I didn't know much about this system. The guy that installed it, the first time I did this myself, I sent him some pictures and said, this is what it looks like when I took it out. And he's like, yep, it's working perfect. Just spray that off and put it back in. So let's see if there's any on the bottom there. There's a little bit at the bottom of that basket. Let's turn it this way. You got to try to position yourself so you don't get the bounce back of the water, eh? For obvious reasons, because it's kind of gross. Okay, let's make sure we got all the grass off of it before we put it back in. Looks pretty good. A couple pieces of grass there. We're going to spray a little in here just to clean it up. This is sort of an extra step. I don't think you have to do this. Okay, let's put this back in now. And it's basically just an O-ring that sits on top of that pipe. It just drops right back into the pipe. And then you just want to push it down until it seats. That's it. It's back in. So there we go. And we will put the screws back in. Then we're going to wash all our equipment. It's not a very glamorous job, but you know what? You can save yourself some money by doing it every year yourself. You saw, like, I mean, there was not much crud on that filter at all. So you could probably get away with not doing it every year, but like I said, it gets harder and harder each year you leave it, right? So, hey, thanks for watching another episode of Maintenance with Mike. So that is cleaning your septic filter. A lot of people don't know that this actually exists, and it's hard to say if the people that come and pump your septic actually clean the filter when they're here. So you definitely should be cleaning this at least once a year. Is easier than longer, because it's hard to get the stuff off. So if you like these videos, maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe share them with a family member or friend. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.